So we have put the pumpkins away and we are bringing out the jingle bells because Halloween is over and Christmas is on the way. And I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because I have been doing a toy declutter in preparation for Christmas. So when I inevitably buy my kids all the toys, I said I'm not going to buy them. And of course, when Santa shows up, we'll actually have somewhere to put them. So follow along if you want some inspiration. I'm going to be your body double today. We're also going to be cleaning up the kind of play area, living room, and oh yes, we are tackling under the couch. It very much was an adventure. There were treasures found, but it was scary. I'll tell you, it was scary. But we're also going to be having a chat because I have been really inspired. I've been inspired by a video I saw from a channel called Declutter, and she basically was talking about the problems that people have, the problems that kids can have and mums can have and stuff when the house is cluttered and kind of the negative effects. And I found it to be really motivating because so often I find I won't do something for myself, but when it's got to do with my kids, 100% I will do it. So I found it really motivating. So we'll have a bit of a chat about that. And of course, stay tuned until the end for the before and afters. But if you are new here, welcome. My name is Amy and this is Ren Plus Us. It is nice to finally make your acquaintance. And if you are a regular viewer, welcome back. A huge shout out to the wonderful person who gave me my very first, super thanks. Dana Parsons, thank you so much for your 2 super thanks. I can't tell you how excited I was to get those. It really, really means the world to me. So thank you so much. Huge shout out to you. But if you are new here, let me just sort of tell you what is going on. My name's Amy. I live here in Tasmania with my 3 beautiful children. I've got a 13-year-old, I've got a 4-year-old, and I've got a 2-year-old girl. The other two older ones are boys. And basically, I am super messy and disorganized and all over the place. I'm really, really struggling at the moment with just motherhood, not in terms of like actually dealing with children. I love my kids and I love hanging out with them and I take them heaps of places, but more so just keeping house is just a real struggle for me. I never thought it would be a struggle for me. I always thought it would be just like, it's something I wouldn't even really have to think about. It would just come naturally. But I haven't found that. I found it's been really challenging. I do have ADHD. Which a lot of you guys have picked up on in the comments. But basically, I really am here to make you feel not alone. If you're going through the same thing as me and you're finding that housekeeping and organization and all those sorts of things are kind of getting on top of you and your house is just feeling overwhelming. And look, there goes Ren. Yep, this is pretty normal. And you're maybe like seeing other people online and their houses are all perfect and you're like, what is wrong with me? Well, here there is no judgment. I'm here to encourage you. I'm here to motivate you. But most importantly, I'm here to connect with you and tell you that you're not alone. It's okay. It doesn't make you a bad person to have a messy house, and it's normal to struggle with this kind of stuff. Or maybe your house isn't as bad as mine. And in that case, it's a great place to be because you'll, in this video, feeling really great about yourself because your house isn't as bad as mine. One thing I love in the comments is when you guys give me like tips and advice, and it helps so much and I take everything on board. I really do. I listen to everything. I read everything. But the other thing that really I love is when I hear you guys say like, oh my goodness, I feel just like you do. Like I feel the same as you. I'm like, oh, that's so good. Or like, when you let me know that that I'm like inspiring you or motivating you, like that's just the best. But anyway, let's move on. Let's get on with some cleaning. So right now I am decluttering the toys for Christmas, and I'm like, I've kind of got the natural hoarder gene. I always say there's like 2 types of people. There's the chuckers and the hoarders, and it's just like where your natural baseline is, and I am a hoarder. But lately I have been improving my ability to be able to just like get rid of things. And I think as well, like when you've got so many, like these days, toys are so inexpensive compared to like groceries, say, or like electricity bills. And so I think so often, at least I do, and I think other people do, we tend to like buy our kids toys because we can't necessarily afford to like take them on like big fancy holidays or anything like that. For me, like I didn't have a lot of toys growing up, and that was just my parents were, you know, didn't feel like I needed them. Like they would rather me have a friend over to play. We sort of live in the country. We're a little bit remote, so we don't have access to maybe as many kind of, you know, playthings or activities outside the house as other people do. So I think that's a reason as well. And also like I'm super ADHD, so I really like to just play with different things and have fun myself. I'm a bit of a child as well, so maybe I'm, you know, being a bit of a Michael Jackson and like living a childhood vicariously through my kids. I don't know. Anyway, I was going to talk to you guys about, so basically I just went on to chat like an AI thing and asked like what are the negative effects of having a messy house? Because one of the things I've actually heard is that having a messy house can be good for children to a certain extent, like not like, you know, unhygienic or anything like that, but it can be good for their brains to kind of be in a slightly more messy environment. I don't know, but that's always kind of, I think, subconsciously stopped me from keeping my house tidy. By the way, right now I'm just making lunch. I'm making some watermelon. Ren was actually like, he was so funny. He was insistent that everybody have like watermelon, and he's like taking it in bowls around to people. And we're just doing like a chicken sandwich, chicken roll type of things. So yeah, anyway, back to this. So the first one is sorry, my nose is running. I've got a cold coming on. It sucks. Do you guys get like sick all the time from your kids? I'm just always sick from the kids. Anyway, yes. Increased stress and anxiety, clutter and disorder can create a chaotic environment that may make children feel overwhelmed, anxious, or stressed. And I do think if your house is like next level, like hoarder house, like absolutely. And I think as well, like all kids are different. Like some kids are more anxious than others. Some kids get stressed more than others. I find that my kids are like more calmer and more focused when the house is neat. And I think part of that is because I'm more calm and more focused. So my kids kind of follow suit. I don't know if it's like inherently them. It's more like me leading the way on that. Difficulty concentrating. A messy space can be distracting, making it harder for children to focus on homework, reading, or other important tasks. I 100% agree with that. And I think especially if you're like got a child who's neurodiverse or just maybe doesn't have great executive functioning skills. And I got to say this, I think like all like young teenage boys have got this poor executive functioning type of thing. So I do think that trying to teach boys how to keep their homework space neat and their bedroom neat is actually really good for their mental health and for their ability to concentrate. I have got snot, you guys, running down my face right now. It's so gross. And yeah, right now, going back to what we're doing on screen here, I'm organizing my kids' books. My little girl loves books. She loves to read. She's always going to the books and bringing them out. And I actually went to the local like charity shop to grab some new books because they're only like $1. And I found some really good ones. So that was great because basically we're not like, I've got a library membership. I've gotten lots of books from the library before, but the problem is that my kids, or at least Harriet, will get like really addicted to one specific book. And then I've got to take it back to the library and she gets upset and all that kind of jazz. So I find that actually buying books from like a secondhand shop is the way to go. And honestly, you guys, often you can find really, really good stuff there. I will say that I'm a book hoarder and that is not going to change. I would just find it so hard to get rid of a book. And I think the reason is my dad has a really good book collection. And when I was a child, like a lot of different things, like not necessarily fiction, but a lot of like non-fiction, just different books about like the world, different religions, different cultures, interesting things. And I found that really, I learned a lot from that. And it like lit a lot of curiosity off in my mind about different things. And I guess now like kids more, you know, have the internet and stuff like that. But I don't know. I suppose I have that memory, and it was a really good thing for me. So I want to be able to do that for my kids, have books around. So yeah, these are the ones that we got from the secondhand store. So yeah, it was a good find. So the next one, poor sleep quality. Cluttered or cluttered bedrooms can interfere with sleep, leading to restlessness and difficulty falling asleep. This is really interesting. I find I'm the opposite. When my room's clean, like the cleaner it is, the neater it is, and the cleaner it is. I won't say clean because clean's different to neat. The neater it is, the harder I find it to fall asleep. So strange. I don't know why. I always think like maybe it's like the energy or something changes if you're into what's that thing? What's that Japanese thing? You know, with the energies of the room and stuff like that. Maybe that's it. But I guess maybe other people, you know, again, if it's like, you know, super hoarder, intense mess, then yeah, maybe that would be an issue. So the next one, lower self-esteem and confidence. Living in chaos may affect a child's sense of control and self-worth, impacting their confidence and independence. I think the independence one especially here is really, you know, a lot of these I think are more for like super, super messy hoarder houses. But definitely like the independence thing, it really does affect that because they can't, you know, if like the pantry's a mess, I'm just saying that because I'm looking at mine right now, mine's a mess. You know, it's hard for them to get their own snack. If there's like, they don't know where the jackets are, they can't get their own jacket, or, you know, they can't get their own water, whatever it is, whatever makes them feel that independence, even from a really young age, I would say. You know, when they get, you know, a little bit older, they can't go and make their own lunch. So I think it really does inhibit that independence. I think that's a really good point. Health and safety risks. Messy homes can hide hazards such as tripping hazards, mold, or pests which can pose health and safety risks for children. Absolutely. Especially in Tasmania here, we get, like, our houses get so moldy because it is really just damp and dark a lot. And houses aren't built in Australia. Like, from living in Europe, living in Finland, the apartments are built so well. Like, they're so insulated. You feel so safe and enclosed in them. And there's like these like triple, double doors, and, you know, the windows are so, you know, like so much glass in the window. Anyway, it's brilliant. In Australia, houses are kind of built like it's, I don't know. They're just not built as well. They're kind of just like clamored together without too much thought about that. It's changed. It is starting to change now, but a lot of the old houses around are still like, you know, your heating bill or your cooling bill ends up being so much money because there's just no insulation. So right now I'm organizing the toys, and we've got, I don't know if you guys have the problems as well, but we've got so many like plushy stuffed toys, and I was just going to get rid of most of them, but my little girl now just loves them. She calls them her babies, and she loves playing with them and pushing them in her pram. And most of them are from like my childhood, so they do have that like sentimental value to them as well. But they were just like everywhere, getting in the way. So I ended up cleaning out these 2 old laundry baskets, which I'm not using for laundry because I've got a new one now, and I've put them into like what is currently the clutter room, but will also be the playroom. And then I'm just, you don't see it in the video here, but I end up just having like a little box with just her few favorite toys here, just, which is like sort of near our doorway, that we can just grab because she likes to take her like little plushies into the car when we go out, or down like onto our trampoline or whatever to play with. So I'll just keep her few favorites in there so we know where they are, and they're just easy to grab on the way out. And that so far has worked really, really well.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better. much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better. So much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder.
Okay, so now I'm going to go through the 5 negative impacts of a messy home on mums, because at the end of the day, our mood really affects our kids. And I'm not saying that again to make you feel bad or from judgment, but I just really want to, again, like, if you're like me, then you're someone who might have a hard time doing something for yourself, but you'll do whatever you need to do for your kids. And I'm so sorry, my son's here at the moment being a little bit loud. So if you can hear him, that's, he's having a lot of fun over here. But the first one is increased stress and overwhelm. So a cluttered environment can make everyday tasks feel daunting, leading to higher stress levels and feeling overwhelmed. Yes, so true. Like, if you've got a messy kitchen, making dinner seems like such a huge chore. If your kitchen is like neat and clutter free, oh my goodness, it feels so much easier to make dinner. It really does. It feels so much less overwhelming. You don't have to use so much like mental energy. Okay, the next one, lowered mental clarity. Messiness can create mental clutter, making it harder to focus, prioritize, or relax, which can affect mood and overall mental health. Yeah, I definitely get this. Like, if the house is messy, if I get like 5 minutes to do something, I'm just like, what do I do? There's mess everywhere. What do I do? Which thing should I do? And then nothing ends up getting done, or something ends up getting done, but it's done in a way that's just not mentally clarityness. I'm having a hard time with the English language today. Number 3, reduced feelings of accomplishment. Constant mess might make mums feel like they're not getting enough done or achieving their goals, leading to feelings of frustration or guilt. Yes, definitely. I think that there's so much guilt and judgment involved around having a messy house. And the thing that really bugs me is when like people sort of instantly put it on the mum, like it's 100% their responsibility. Like there's something wrong with what they're doing if the house is a mess. And so often you know, mums are also working, like there's other commitments, we're like looking after the kids. You know, some of it has to be put on other members of the family as well, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. But, you know, at the same time, I'm kind of a traditionalist, and I sort of naturally, I don't know, I sort of grew up with a mum that did pretty much all the cleaning. Oh, sorry guys. Pretty much all the cleaning. So that's sort of what I'm used to, and I think what a lot of people from my generation are used to.
Mom, I can't go. And one more, Mom.
And one more. Okay, darling. So the next one is decreased energy and motivation. A chaotic space can drain energy and motivation, making it harder to start or complete household chores or self-care routines. This is definitely another one that I would agree with. Hey, Ren, just be patient, mate. This is definitely another one that I would agree with.
Just
Oh, my goodness. My nose. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. I keep it real here. I keep it real. Yeah, like I've got a chronic I've got colitis. So it's like a chronic health condition, and one of the symptoms of it is fatigue. So I'm tired a lot, and I definitely find that a clean space, I think I can relax a bit more in a clean space, so I'm naturally kind of, my energy is more even. So I don't know if you guys feel that same way as well. And the last one, strained relationships. Tensions around household clutter can cause disagreements or resentment between partners or family members, impacting relationships and overall home harmony. Yeah, I think so. I think just naturally, you know, a chaotic environment kind of adds to everybody in the family's feeling of frustration and chaoticness, and I can't find something, and there's just overwhelmingness. I think, you know, one of the things that I've tried to do in the last couple of weeks is just like really focus on cleaning one spot at a time and making it, like, I don't want to say perfect, but making it feel and look nice and neat. So when my eye looks at it, it looks good. Right now I'm looking to my kitchen and it does not look like that, but it will by the end of the day. It will. So right now I'm just doing a little spot clean. My little girl, like, she went through a stage where she was just like dropping soup and everything everywhere. Luckily she's just past that stage. After I cleaned this, she stopped. But I've had to clean this like every couple of days because it's just been so bad, like deep clean it. But these little spot cleaners, I have to say, super handy for this kind of thing. Like, I've got a big carpet cleaner as well, but I'm not worrying about the paint. I'm just worrying about like any kind of food bits or anything that'll come off fairly easily. And I know some of you guys have said in the comments like that I should have like I shouldn't have carpet, especially in high traffic areas, and why I have carpet. Like, good question. There's a few reasons. It's just kind of the done thing in Tasmania. Everyone kind of has carpet. There's some people in the family that are really sensitive to sound, and the carpet helps just like dampen the sound. I don't really like the feel of floorboards in the winter. Love them in the summer. Not a fan in the winter. If I was going to like redo the house and do it again, would I put floorboards down if I wasn't considering anybody else? Probably. And just have lots of carpets, maybe. But yeah, there are some reasons. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I grew up in a house where we had floorboards. It was fine. No problem. There's some good things as well to it, like you can race little cars down it and stuff. Also, I get really paranoid about the kids like falling and hurting themselves on a hard floor, so I feel like with the carpet there's a bit more protection of that. Are you hungry, honey? What do you want to eat? Tell people what you want to eat. Chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh, fun. You want chocolate?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Before dinner, I'll give you one piece of chocolate. How about that?
Yeah.
You know what's funny, guys? She... The only chocolate she likes is this expensive, like, Whittaker's chocolate. Yeah, don't touch the microphone, though. And in case you're wondering why I've got paper towels in the cup holders, Ren, he loves making potions at the moment. He's going through a potion stage. Bless you. You're getting sick too. And he decided to mix some potions in the cup holders. So basically they're full of, like, it's not just water. It's just colouring and whatever kind of little bits of food, bits and bobs around that he's found. And it's like, how do you get that out of there? So the only thing I could think besides the paper towels was to like siphon it out, but I couldn't really find a siphoning apparatus. So I'm just like, well, I'll just chuck paper towels in there and eventually they'll kind of absorb it all. It's working, but it does kind of smell. I've told him not to do it again, so hopefully he won't.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down the boulevard at night.
by. And it doesn't even matter to me where I go. I just feel I need to take a ride. Got my coffee cup to go, and I'm gonna hit the road tonight. Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go. The stereo in a place I didn't know.
So here are the beautiful before and afters. This is like my favorite part of the video, but I've given you guys an extra after because I'm showing you how happily my kids are playing with their toys in this clean environment, and that makes me so happy. Like, they're a lot more focused, they're a lot calmer because they've got this lovely space to play in. So there you go. That was my inspiration, and I got what I wanted for them at the end of the day. So I hope this video just, you know, I hope you feel good. I always want people to feel good at the end of videos, not like they're not doing well enough in life. But remember, guys, life is short, life is now. YouTube will have a video up that it thinks you are going to love. So yep, see you in the next one. Ciao. Oh, sorry about all the sneezing.